So you at one point you get a call from Orlando, and he wants you to bring two guns with you to meet up with Reggie and Suge and everybody.
Oh, yeah. And the dude Edie Fall, Lane called me at his office. Said, "Unc, bring two gats up here." Like, yeah, like yeah. So we go. I go up there with the two gats. Get there. It's Big Suge, uh, Reynolds, Sergeant Reynolds, and Reggie Wright. And they hit us with some bread.
Okay. Um, now this was for him to take the stand and say that Suge was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was Baby Lane suing Tupac in his estate?
What's that?
Was Baby Lane suing Tupac in his estate?
I went to the feds, man, right after that shit happened. So, I wasn't really in the loop.
So Suge's in jail, and this is over the alleged kick that did or didn't happen during the Orlando Anderson, and you guys are trying to get Orlando to say that he didn't kick him. You met up with Orlando. How'd all that happen?
Well, the attorneys mainly set it up. Because David Kenner in defense was like, hey, Edie Fall and them had reached out to him and said, hey, they about to file this lawsuit against, Death Row.
So Orlando was about to sue Death Row over getting jumped.
Getting jumped. He's an assault victim. Why to this day he didn't sue MGM, I don't know. That's who I would have went after. But he was supposed to sue the MGM. I don't know if he did or didn't, but he was definitely about to sue Death Row and Tupac. And so David Kenner was like, hey, let's go meet with him and let's try to get this worked out. So that's when we went and talked to him and was like, okay, we need this to go away because Suge's in jail now. And every newspaper article, every time you're on TV, they talking about this. We need Suge out. What can we do to get him out? Because as you can see, Suge was really trying to save you. He was trying to get people off you. Because that's what Suge's initial intent was, trying to get people off Orlando. Like, hey, not here. We can't be doing this here, because Suge worked those clubs and knew Vegas. He knew his cameras all over that motherfucker. We can't do here. But Orlando was holding on to his leg and kept pulling on his leg. And at the end, he was like, nigga, get off me. And kicked him. And that's what, Suge ended up getting violated for 9 years of probation violation.
For one little kick.
Yep.
And then, so you guys ended up, Orlando came in and testified for Suge?
Yeah, so Orlando came in, and so we convinced them and had him to agree. I think he agreed that Suge was really trying to save him and not hurt him. And he came and testified to that fact. Now, Keefe D make it seem like they got paid right there on the spot. No. It didn't happen down the line. I think the estate ended up paying them.
They what?
The estate, the Tupac estate ended up paying them. I forget who it was, if it was the estate or Death Row, but it all was agreed upon by Afeni's attorneys and our attorneys as well.
So this was part of the settlement,
The settlement. Yeah. See, that's what everybody thinks. It was like, here's $60,000 to come and testify. No, nigga, we didn't give you $6,000 to come and testify. Gave you $6,000 to drop everything. Because if you would have sued Tupac for that assault, come on. How much would y'all ask for if Tupac assaulted y'all back then?
I know people, yeah.
Yeah. People waiting for that to happen.
A lot.
Hit me.
People would have been lined up, like, stomp me out.
Yeah, stomp me out. I'll take that ass whooping for.
Yeah, it's true. Because that's when they settled the 60 thou, because Orlando was filing $1 million lawsuit against Tupac, and the 60 thou was part of that settlement.
No, hell no. That we met at that lawyer's office?
Yeah.
Hell no. That was just to say he didn't get them.
Okay.
It wasn't had nothing to do with that, dude. Nothing to do with that. This was all cash money, dude. With no checks or none of that shit.
All right.
It had nothing to do with no fucking settlement, no lawsuit, or none of that shit. Just some street shit, dude.
All right. Did Orlando use the money to start a record label, or did he want to start a record label?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Was that his dream to be a rapper?
No. I ain't really no rapper.
No.
I ain't a boss. You know, I'm gonna be a CEO or something. Real smart, intelligent young man.
All right. So you go to the House of Blues, and they're having a CD release party for, I think it's Eazy-E, and you seen Snoop and Puff and everybody was there at the Dog Pound,
Yeah.
and you run into Puff.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Oh, my little homie, he was in the VIP up there, and he like, your boy Puff up here. So we went up there, woo woo. We mingled with him for a little while, and he said that day he was gonna they give him a party the next night at the what's the name, Auto Museum, it's on Fairfax in Wilshire. So that night, I mean, when we got in our car, and he was getting ready to leave. So he was, I guess he was standing in the Palencia, that's right across the street from the House of Blues. There's a hotel right there, the white one.
Okay.
So we was sitting there on the curb. He came to the car, and he like, "What's up, man?" And shit, dude, we had a internal war going on, so we had our guns, and he was on the car. That motherfucker never took his eyes off of us. Even I'm talking about, he backed up. People was all over him. Puff, puff. That motherfucker never took his eyes off of us. Like damn, like we was gonna do something to him. He even tripped over the curb. Yeah. Yeah.
So did he look scared to you?
Yeah, he looked spooky. But I seen him the next night. He let us in at that club. He got us. I was one of the baddest parties I ever been to. Night that Biggie got killed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was fucked up.
What happened that night?
What happened that night? We went up in there, got in there with our little passes and shit.
You weren't asking Puff about the money at this point. You weren't like, yo. He didn't want to talk about anything?
What's that? No, listen. I go up there to the club. We go up in the club, and he like, KVD, the FBI is on our ass. They've been on us since we got off the plane. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop police. That's what he called them. And he said the FBI, but so he gave us like 3 bottles. I went over there to the side and shit. Well,
Oh, so you guys didn't really hang out with him that night?
no, then about maybe an hour and a half later, the fire marshals came and closed the club down. Then boom, we was gonna meet up at the Beverly Hilton. They told us to come up to the Beverly Hilton and shit. You know, do our thing up there, have some fun. And shit, once Big pulled out, damn, fucking maybe about a minute later, Big was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.